this lesson, we'll take our watercolor paintings and turn them into a craft, because it's a great way to express yourself and share it with others. But you only have so much wall space. It's nice to post them on Facebook, but it's not as personal. Your paintings will look much better in person. People love getting them as gifts because they're one of a kind and they're handcrafted, and there's something you can't get from Walgreens or a Target. And they are a conversation starter for recipients. And some people like to post them on the refrigerator or in their office. I have one friend that I gave a card, and it was a sunflower. And her theme in her kitchen was a sunflower, so she framed it and put it in her kitchen. People will buy them from you, and I will charge $8 to $10 plus postage. Materials and tools are listed in the description. You certainly can do that, and we will have a future video on that. Stay tuned. Hello, let's get started. Today we'll make a card. I have my materials all set here. Here's my template for my mat that's going to go on my card stock. And my card stock comes with an envelope. I'm going to set that aside for now. Here's my original watercolor I'll be using for the card. Also for the materials, we have scissors and a paper cutter, which is very handy in getting those straight lines. And we also have glue dots. And I find these glue dots very useful and helpful, especially since watercolor is heavy. Okay, first we need to do the mat. And this is my template, and it's going to fit like that. So I'm placing my template right on top of the paper and line it up to where I'm going to cut it, doing the length size first. Now let's do the other way. Now let's see how I did. Okay. That's going to fit good. And then we're going to put the original watercolor on top like that. But let's first add the color cardstock that we just cut by using the glue dots. And I will be adding 4, and then since this is a long length, 2 more on the middle. So you'll need 6 glue dots altogether. And this glue dot has a clear clear on it, and you can lift that off and then put it down on the paper like so. I have one more to put on. Sometimes it will stick to the white or the clear. It doesn't matter. Either way, just put it on there, and then you will want to press on it to lift the paper off, like so. One more to go. Okay. Then flip it. And gently, you don't want to press on it too hard until you have it lined up. To make it even. And then when you feel that it is even, go ahead and press on the dots. Okay, now here's the watercolor. Flip that over and do the same thing and add the 6 glue dots. And add the 6, and go ahead and add the 6 glue dots onto the original watercolor. One more glue dot. And then go ahead and do the same thing. Place it down and don't press on it until you have it lined up how you want it. Like so. There we have our almost finished card. I just noticed that I didn't sign my artwork, and you might want to do that. And I like using a Sharpie Ultra Fine Point. And I usually sign mine on the corner on the right side. And then on the back, you can get various stickers if you go online at Amazon, Vista, and I will add a link in the description to where you can go. So here are my stickers that I put in on my card. Has my name and my email and phone number. Then go ahead and put your envelope with your card, and there is your finished product. Now let's make another card. With this card, we'll be using a double matte. And with the double matte, it will pop, make your artwork stand out. And I like using a darker color with a lighter color to give it a nice contrast. So here I have my pre-cut matte, a darker green and a lighter green. And I always like to keep my materials handy, especially my paper cutter if I need it. So again, we'll be using the glue dots, starting with the first layer. And it's always good to place it on there just to get practice, and then go ahead and do the glue dots. Again, we'll be using 6 of them. Again, just lightly put it on there until you know where you want to put it, and then press on it. Now for the second layer. There we go. Then place it on top. That looks good. Now for the last layer. All right, ready to put it on the top. Press down. Sign your artwork. I do mine on the corner on the right side. And then add the sticker on the back. Then add the envelope to it. And now you have your finished product. Enjoy it. Let's make another card. So I have this watercolor, and as I place it on my cardstock, we have 5x7 cardstock here. It's too big. Well, I'm going to fix that by cutting the flowers out. We will be using this as a base. So let's begin to cut the flowers out. And I like using the small scissors because there's some tight areas that you may need to get in there. So when I'm cutting, I'm not cutting super close to the edge. I want some of the white to show. Now, I cut one out, and I want to bring my base closer here and set it there to see what it's going to look like. Now, these two are really close together, so I will cut the 2 flowers as one. All right, that's looking pretty good, except these flowers seem a little tall, so I like it right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put the glue dots on like this, and then trim this off once I put the flowers on. And I like that the white shows, and it gives it almost a printmaking look to it. So let's start with this one. Now there might be some areas here that are smaller than the glue dot. And if your glue dot's too big, you can cut it. And I think I need to do that. Now it will get kind of sticky, kind of tricky to do, but it's possible. And it may cause you to have to clean your scissors. But I found the best way to clean your scissors is there's special stuff that you can clean it with called Goo Gunk. And I'll leave that in the descriptions. There's my first flower on. Now to go for the second one. The second two. There we go. Now you can just flip it over like this. And trim it with your big scissors. Now we're ready to place it on the card, like so. All right. Ready to turn it over. And put it on. There's our card ready to go. I'm going to sign it and put my stickers on the back. Here are the 3 cards we made today, ready to be sent off to someone special to brighten their day. Please join me next time when we'll make handcrafted bookmarks from our paintings. Take care, be safe, and see you soon.